916, positivity, motivation, never settle for average. You know, we do it over here. I was just reflecting and meditating over the last couple of weeks, and I want to share something with you guys about sometimes pulling back and detaching from the things that you think mean something. I'm not saying that you write off the people you love and care about, but I'm saying detaching from social media, detaching from some of this entertainment stuff, the rhetoric, to find yourself, because you'll find yourself giving sometimes a lot more than receiving, and you'll feel like you're not appreciated. You ever look at social media and you see somebody you know and you see them out somewhere and you're thinking, wow, that person looks like they're having a great time. Why didn't they invite me to that function or to go hang out? And I'm always inviting them out to stuff. And then you start feeling some kind of way about them, like, you know what? I'm not gonna invite them to anything else. I'm not gonna call them. I feel left out. I feel rejected. And when you look at, different posts like that, it can amplify and put you in a dark place. So, you got to back up sometimes and just not give that stuff any energy. People, I think to a certain degree, are oblivious sometimes of the things they do because they don't consciously even think about their actions. They just kind of act. They just, they don't, oh man, I should have called this person. Oh man, we, so-and-so invited us out last week. We should invite them out this week. It doesn't work like that. I know I was always the type of person that anytime there was like a big fight on or something, I felt like it would be a good group gathering situation, a meetup or something like that. I would text a bunch of people or send out an email and kind of give everybody a heads up, like, hey man, we should all meet up, go do this, go hang out, get together, maybe go do a dinner or a brunch after a car show or something. And it didn't always work like that reciprocally. You happen to not think anything was going on, and I just, would be out somewhere, and then I would see the same people out with, a smaller group and think like, damn, hey man, I didn't know you were gonna be here. I had sent out a message to everybody, nobody responded, and I see them show up outside of the group text and feel like, okay, I'm actually an outsider to my own group. The group I thought was part of my circle. And these are the people, people nowadays are very selfish. They have, false relationships in a sense where they pretend like they're cool with each other, but they're just using each other mutually. And there's no genuine connection, man. I found very few people that I could say, like, even if it's a good inspirational, say, video or a cool, maybe a cool car video or something that warms you up, like a motivational video. I'll be like, man, so and so this would be good if they heard this, or You know, I think somebody, if they heard this, it'd make them feel better. But you know how many times I get that? Do you know how many times I get somebody sending me a video that's really inspiring, or maybe that'll change my mood for the day or my frequency or lift me up? Hardly any, man. You know, I feel like I give a lot out to try to lift people up, inspire people, but it doesn't come back the same. And you know, I don't do it to get it back the same. You know, I do it because I feel like it's almost like an internal calling, but it would feel good sometimes, but I realize I can't expect it. I can't expect it, man. You know, I've always been, you know, also the type of person that if I see an opportunity to help in a sense where, hey, I'm looking for a good mechanic. Oh man, I know somebody. I'm looking for a good painter. Hey man, I know somebody. I'm looking for a handyman. Hey, I know somebody. Do you know anybody who might be interested in this car? Hey, let me see if I can send it out to my people. You know, I'll always do that. But, you know, to say that I could get that from somebody like, hey, you know, random text, Big Herc, man, I know you do this, or you know somebody about this, man, you know, reach out to this person, or reach out to that person. It's far and few between. And, you know, those type of vibes, you got to kind of like, you acknowledge them and you realize you can't take them personal, because some people aren't on an elevated consciousness to where they think they look out or think about others. A lot of people right now, the way the world is, they're only thinking about themselves. And that's why a lot of people are in the situation they're in. You know, me, I can do this, I can do that. And, you know, you take one man, you know, trying to build a house as opposed to 10 people, you see the time difference in what can be accomplished. But some people, because, oh man, I don't need anybody else, they're not looking to build. So we're not really in a building situation. We're in a divided situation, and everybody's got their own thing, and everybody's trying to outshine each other in their own little world, not realizing that if we bring our worlds together, we could all win. We could achieve that much faster. We can have that much more success. We can get that much more done. If we, you know, put our energy in the same direction, it'd be magnified. And, you know, it's just something I thought about. And you know, like I said, I stepped back and I reflected because I felt drained over the past week. You know, I didn't really feel like talking with a bunch of people because I'm always talking and sharing and trying to create. And, you know, sometimes you just got to back up, man. You got to back up, regroup, and, you know, write down your affirmations, say your prayers, and, you know, through the energy that you're channeling, the people that will appreciate you will eventually come into your world. Because a lot of people, they don't appreciate you. They're taking you for granted. They assume that you'll always be there, or that the relationship you have with them is a given, and then they don't know how valuable that relationship is until it's gone, and then they see the people they have around them don't give them that same attention or that same input. And that's a big thing. You know, I you know, I go through and I, you know, regularly, you know, scroll through my phone, my list of friends, and think about who could I call to talk to about certain things, or who can I share like personal interests, or, you know, hobbies with, people who would be interested in what I have going on, not just what they're talking about. And, you know, I'm always I'm a good listener. I like to listen, but also on the other end, are they listening, or are they just talking? And do you feel drained, or do you feel charged with that person? Did that person make you feel like you're less than because they're always talking about everything they're doing, yet they don't really ask what you're doing, and what they're doing doesn't include you. You know, that's another thing. If you're always bragging or telling somebody, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm happening to do this, and it's like, okay, that's fine and dandy for you, man. But I gotta you're not including me in that. So why you keep telling me this? Every time you call me, you're just, you know, vomiting everything you got going on. Maybe my life at the time is I'm struggling. Sometimes people are struggling with stuff, and you know, you gotta, you know, step back to say, hey, you know what? Try to pick them up instead of just always telling them, you know, everything you're doing, because people start feeling some kind of way. And that's reality. That's why you're not supposed to always, oh man, I just bought this, I'm doing this, I'm traveling here. You know, some people are in a dark place, man. So you got to be considerate of that, and always try to find out where they're at before you just start going off on everything you have going on. I'm just saying, being considerate of others, and sometimes you just got to pull back, man. Pull back, regroup, and then reach out when you're ready, you know, because you don't want to get into a really dark place and then maybe start doing drugs or alcohol, or, you know, get depressed and, you know, things like that, man. You want to pull back before that happens. So I just want to share that with you guys. And also go to BigHerc916.com. First time, you know, you're buying right now, purchases is 10% off. Any orders over $50 is free shipping. And yeah, man, love to hear from you. Leave a comment, share the channel. BigHerc.com to pick up a limited edition GTA poster signed by me for $10, or with your purchase of a Wig Splitter Porsche t-shirt, I'll throw in a free poster signed. Officially, I only got one real spanking my entire life. My mom did the best a 14-year-old could do, raising me with love and instilling values that will last a lifetime. I was a straight A student and lived to make her happy. So how did I go astray? A horrible stepdad that stole my self-worth and invoked fear turned me into a person that I struggled to overcome. From skateboarding to selling drugs, gang banging in juvenile hall, I got caught the same way many young promising men get caught up. I struggled to find my identity, getting mixed up in shootouts, crime, and the adult entertainment industry. This roller coaster continued as I juggled college, hustling, and Hollywood, eventually catching a federal bank robbery case. I found redemption in prison while serving a 120-month federal sentence and came out a man on a mission. I became a social media influencer with over 500 million views on YouTube and a life coach mentoring people all over the world. This is my journey against all odds. Shit! The popos are coming. I gotta hurry up and wash my ass. Go to BigHerc916.com, pick you up a bar of soap, and wash your ass, or else you're gonna be under arrest too. Oh shit!